Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. So today is our daily reading, and keep in mind this is a collective reading and on a general subject. And also, I do personal readings. The link to my emails below. Just in the subject line, put personal reading, and then ask me what you want, and then I'll let you know. I really don't have a link to a website right now, but I take payments through Venmo and Zelle. I do live readings as well through Zoom, and all different options. So just let me know what you want, and I can give you some options. Okay, let's get started. I am using Light Seer today. And don't forget, if you like the video, please hit the like button and leave me a comment and subscribe if you so choose. Okay, now that that's out of the way, good morning. Here we go. Let's do this. Okay, current situation. 6 of Pentacles, present influence. 7 of Wands, future influence. 5 of Cups. What we don't see. Page of Swords, what to look for. Knight of Swords, unexpected. Hangman, challenge. 3 of Wands, patience. Strength. Queen of Cups. And where does this lead, please? Knight of Pentacles, again, patience. And advice. Okay, death is at the bottom of the deck. I feel like with the 6 of Pentacles there as well. Okay, so there is a feeling of I feel like part of me feels like this is like I'm gonna say it. I feel like maybe someone feels like they're giving more than the other person, and I don't know if that would be you or the other person. Like, let's say, I don't know. That's what I'm getting the feeling. That may not be everybody, because of the 6 of Pentacles and then the 7 of Wands and then the 5 of Cups. It's like there is a feeling that you had to defend yourself, and then it leads to a little bit of disappointment. And it feels like there isn't this, great give and take. And I feel like the death, there's also something here though about transformation. And I think that things are changing. I think there's some growth here going on. But whatever the situation is, I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's really important to you. Yeah, and you're really having to look at something from a different perspective. But once you figure that out, I think that's when things come together. That I feel like if someone says something to you, like, they feel like they're giving more, there is a feeling that you have to defend yourself on it, and then it disappoints you. But then when you take that different perspective, you deal with it differently. So the 6 of Pentacles being that situation. And I feel like there is something here about give and take. And the reason why it doesn't feel equal is because you have a feeling of like trying to defend yourself. 7 of Wands can be about defending, what's important to you. So there is a feeling of that here. But I also feel like this is a contemplation energy too. This 7 of Wands reminds me of coming into your own, contemplating on your own things. And I feel like there's just this real push-pull on the give and take. And I'm getting it pretty strong. So, but I do feel like that, you want to stand up for yourself, but I feel like that Seven of Wands, you're not really doing it. You're not doing the action piece. You're thinking, how can I defend myself? It's like a process. You're thinking about, well, no, like this is equal. This is what I feel, but you haven't voiced that. And that's why it kind of leads to a disappointment, because instead of standing up for yourself, you kind of don't. You feel like you want to. You feel like that things aren't, that it's not right, or that their thought is not your intention. Let's say, like if they feel like it wasn't equal, that wasn't your intention, or that maybe you feel differently. And it leads to disappointment because you haven't really spoken up and voiced your opinion, and that's why there's a disappointment in the future. Um, Now, I will say that what you don't see is the Page of Swords. So I do feel like there is some kind of, I don't know, maybe this is some kind of communication happening, but whatever it is, this Knight of Swords comes back quickly to you, whether it's an idea, whether it's a person, um, probably maybe something to do with this equal give and take. But this Knight, watch for the energy that comes in really quickly. I don't think it's bad energy. Actually, I think it's very good energy. But there's some a little bit of turbulence with it. So know that, keep an eye for that energy that comes in pretty quickly. Now, it could be, like I said, it could be a person that comes in, and it has to do though with this idea or this thought or this aha moment. Um, so the unexpected, I think that overall it leads to you going, okay, what's really happening here? What's really going on? And you have to take a step back, and that's where you get the reflection. And I don't feel like you realize, once you, the reason why this is unexpected is because you then realize what they're seeing. And that is because you did look at it differently, but you didn't really expect that. And so that's why this energy comes in as unexpected. So the way I'm getting a feeling, this is pretty precise, I feel like. It's the energy I'm getting. The challenge is the Three of Wands. Now, I feel like everything is coming together, but the challenge is seeing that, because this is all about seeing those ships come in, and this is in the challenge. So you're not seeing that yet. You're not seeing the progress. And I think that has a lot to do with the Five of Cups. Once we kind of get into a position of disappointment, or feeling like something's not right, that until the Hangman energy takes effect, it's going to be really hard to see the the true meaning of all of this. Here's the thing, the strength is the Queen of Cups. So I do feel like the strength is saying that there is no ill intent at all. Like, the Queen of Cups is a very kind, empathetic person, whether that's your energy or the other person's energy or both. There is love here. There is caring here. There is something that really is important, I believe. And I think that strength needs to be focused on, because I feel like this is all miscommunication. And especially with the Page of Swords being in the what you don't see, that's all about communication, and it's in what you don't see. So there isn't any, or you're not listening, or they're not listening. That's why it's unseen. So, the communication is kind of halted. So I think that there is a lot of caring going on here, with that being in the strength, the Queen of Cups. So I pulled a couple extra cards. So the outcome where this leads is the Knight of Pentacles, which just tells me that things are moving forward. And I feel like this is good energy, but it's just slow. And I feel like we're getting this a lot. because anytime we're doing something worthwhile, it just takes time. So even if we're healing a relationship here or a friendship, um, it's going where it needs to be. I feel like that Knight of Pentacles is very much going where it needs to be. So then I said, well, what happens after that? Because, we all want answers. But then it leads to the Hermit, which is, contemplation. And I feel like there is some contemplation happening. And that's you. And that has to do with the Hangman energy, the Five of Cups energy, is that you've really had to like go, you know what? I need to just be alone and not necessarily completely alone, but I need to figure this out for me, within me, for me. So yeah, I feel like that is really important. That hermit energy that comes in. But then I said, okay, well, what comes after that? Because who wants to be stuck in hermit mode? The Knight of Cups comes in. So I do feel like there is at least an energy of caring, love. And I think that what happens here is this all gets squared away. It just takes a little bit of time. But more importantly, it's that hangman hermit energy, taking that time to figure this out. When things feel unfair, then they stay that way. And if you don't heal it or take care of it or discuss it, it will never change. And now, again, this could be you feeling like you've given or vice versa. I'm not sure. This energy is not quite telling me that. But I do feel like, too, with the death, there is something very. The death being at the bottom of the deck reminds me not just of transformation and change, but it also is growth. And I feel like, too, that it's an important situation to you because it is a major arcana at the bottom of the deck. You've got a couple. There's not a ton of majors in here, but that being at the bottom of the deck is the basis for this. And so there is something changing here. And maybe that's why that feeling of unfairness is coming in. The Four of Cups is an advice. And I just feel like that's a reminder to always, always look at what's being handed to you, good or bad. Because it's not always what's being handed to you that's important. It's what's behind it. So I'm not sure why I'm getting this, but I'm getting this message that it's important to the Four of Cups to me is about someone basically giving you something or something being handed to you and you're focused on something else. And I think it's saying it's time to focus on what you have and what's being given to you instead of, kind of having that, but I want that. And I'm not saying that you don't deserve the other thing that you're looking for, but sometimes until we recognize what is actually being handed to us, then we can handle it. And part of me thinks that this has to do with this equal give and take and listening to somebody. Again, the Page of Swords in the what you don't see. So I feel like this advice is directly related to that and saying, hey, you know what? Look, you've got to listen to this. Listen to what the person is saying. Pay attention to what they're giving you, which is words, communication, and pay attention to that and listen to that and don't assume and don't half listen, really focus on it, because even though you're expecting X and they're giving you Y, what is that? And why is that? And I feel like once you can really listen and understand what's happening here, because I don't feel like there's any ill intent whatsoever. That's not the feeling I'm getting. I'm not getting anything, mean or underhanded or anything like that. And I think the communication and what you don't see. You're not hearing the entire communication. But that's why I think the Knight of Swords is here, is to listen to that and see what's coming in and see why. And I think that's why this is showing up in advice. So I'm going to pull one more card. Is there anything else we need to know today that will help us? You know, there's something new happening too around some of the energies that follow me or listen to me, because we've been getting this card a lot too. So I do feel like there is definitely some, I feel like this is saying, you know, to really find that spark, man. You know, find that energy that allows you to stay motivated and keeps you going and keeps your energy focused. And I think that's really important here. And I think that's kind of what this is going on about. So there you have it. I like that card. I'm glad that we have that additional message, because I feel like that's all about new beginnings, but beginnings with a lot of energy and a lot of substance. And also there's something very calming about this. I mean, there is a fire, but her eyes are closed as well. So there is something very spiritual going on too. I get that with the death. So for some of you, this is a very spiritual matter. And for some of you, this is a romantic matter. And for some of you, it's a friendship or work or something. But I think whatever it is extremely important, and that it's going to be really important to listen to it. So there you have it. There's your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you. Have a beautiful day.